Let the rain help you relax and unwind in tonight's sleep story. You are listening to Rainy Night at the Ramen Shop, a cozy bedtime story set in New York City on the cusp of fall. A quiet rainy walk across the Brooklyn Bridge brings you to the cobblestone streets of Dumbo as you find refuge in a speakeasy-style ramen shop. Enjoy the savory, soul-warming soup as rain streams down the courtyard windows and city lights reflect on puddles in a mesmerizing display. Return to a charming loft and enjoy a candlelit soak in a clawfoot tub with views overlooking the Brooklyn Bridge and New York Skyline. This week's story is all about finding coziness and warmth as you tend to yourself. It's time to dream away. Welcome to Michelle's Sanctuary. I am Michelle, your guide to imaginative settings that will help you in this transitional time between wakefulness and sleep. Think of my voice as that of a dear friend who is always plotting and scheming to make sure you enjoy all the beauty and fun this world has to offer. Settle in the sanctuary of your room and mind, where you take the reins to customize anything that unfolds in this dreamy tale. Drift to sleep whenever you want, as you set an intention for a night of deep, healing slumber. Let my words wrap around you like a favorite blanket, softening the night and making you feel safe and content. Turn your attention to your breath for a few rounds of conscious breathing. Feel each breath as it creates space in your mind and body, space for your imagination to soar. Empty all the air in your lungs with a generous, audible sigh. Feel free from the grips of the influences of the outside world as you connect with the essence of you. Inhale slowly through your nose, imagining the aroma of fresh rain and wet cobblestone streets permeating the air as it becomes cooler. The rain brings a fresh start. Conjure a yawn if you like, before you exhale in another sigh. Empower your breath to cast away anything that disrupts your peace into the night. You've made it through another day, and now it's time to come down from it. Continue this pattern 2 more times at your own pace as you have a conversation with your breath. As you inhale, yawn, and sigh, you are one breath closer to deeply restorative sleep. Let your breath become like a cascade of rain, falling in an easy rhythm. Every conscious breath reminds you of your power as you take control and calm your spirit and body with intention. Luxuriate in your breath as it carries you through the night into a deep sleep. Whenever you are ready, transition back to your natural breath. Note how much more relaxed you feel than moments ago. And in this state of mind, it's time we embark on a rainy adventure with cozy moments and warm bowls of ramen as the story begins. Rainy days often come with an alluring invitation to hunker down, cancel plans, and take it easy in your coziest loungewear. As the rain streams down the windows and the sky is cast in an endless sea of gray, time becomes elusive and sleepiness sets in earlier. But sometimes the rain stirs a quiet restlessness, sparking a desire to no longer be housebound, inspiring a need to slip into galoshes and a raincoat and explore the puddle-filled streets with a sense of childlike curiosity. These impromptu walks in the rain quickly remind you that getting a little wet isn't so bad after all, especially when the warm comforts of a cozy library or a bookshop or a welcoming neighborhood ramen spot are there to soften the blow of dismal weather days and nights. This is how you find yourself walking across the wooden path of the Brooklyn Bridge. On the cusp of autumn, the weather takes a sharp turn from hot, humid, sunny days to cool, stormy evenings. Rather than return to Brooklyn by train or taxi, you elect to leisurely stroll across the glistening wooden planks of the bridge that creak beneath your feet like a boardwalk suspended high in the sky. An ever-changing gradient of swirling grays, the dark-bellied clouds dim the bright lights of the city that are slowly coming to life. As you walk, you promise not to rush yourself. There's no need for a hurried pace on nights like this. All tourists occupy their time with indoor activities, leaving the bridge quite desolate, save for the random jogger or delivery person on a bike, outfitted in a yellow plastic poncho, speeding against the falling rain, like Dorothy and Toto in Kansas. You pull your rain jacket tighter, feeling the warmth of its flannel lining, and grateful for its oversized hood. You glance down at your feet, where a fun pair of rubber galoshes, adorned with a playful pattern of bright colors, splash easily through puddles, all the while your feet remain toasty and dry, catching your silhouette in a pool of rainwater. You remember a time when it was so hard to resist the temptation to jump in each puddle, and how such mischief would land you a scolding. But now you're free to splash all you want. You reach the midway point of the bridge, between the towering skyscrapers of downtown Manhattan and the historic buildings in Brooklyn. The city is shrouded in a misty veil, the steady rain blurring the sharp outlines of skyscrapers into soft, dreamlike silhouettes, obscuring some of the tallest spires. As you carefully walk across the slick planks, The golden lights of the bridge begin to flicker on, revealing an ethereal outline of the bridge in the fog. The lights cast shimmering reflections on the walkway that leads you across the East River. The waterway below releases a heady, briny scent, mingling with the freshness of the rain and the flinty aroma of wet city sidewalks. It's a smell that's uniquely New York, a reminder of the city's maritime heart, where the harbor meets the river and the river meets the Atlantic. The persistent sounds of the pelting rain on your coat and the bridge are met with the gentle lapping of the East River against the massive stone towers that support the structure. The Brooklyn Bridge tends to be quieter and more romantic than any other city bridge, even on the busiest summer evenings. For no trucks or elevated train cars are allowed to share the passageway. Since 1883, the Brooklyn Bridge has proudly stood as the first steel wire suspension bridge ever constructed. The steel wires spread between the arches like guitar strings for what may arguably be the most beautiful bridge in the city. In its early decades, horse-drawn carriages and streetcars relied on this vital artery connecting the two boroughs. But in the early 20th century, a shift began, and cars soon replaced earlier forms of transportation. Since the beginning, the bridge has always been a magical path for pedestrians. Walking beneath the cathedral arches, your mind wanders, considering all the proposals and first dates to take place on this iconic bridge. How many stories began here as lives intertwined and chance encounters fostered new relationships. You peer below, watching yellow taxis and slow-moving traffic making their way across the bridge. Reflections in puddles and on the asphalt double the vibrant colors of the cars and twinkling bridge lights. The pedestrian walkway begins to decline, leading you to the exit stairs surrounded by stone walls that will deliver you into the cobblestone streets of Brooklyn. The rain falls harder as a breeze off the river creates an autumnal chill through the wide cobblestone canyons among industrial brick buildings now transformed into trendy lofts. Your jacket keeps you warm, its rubber exterior impenetrable by the wind and rain. Cars speed by, their headlights reflecting off the wet streets, creating a dazzling display of light and motion in blurs of ivory and red lights. The city's energy is palpable, even in the quiet of a rainy night. The wet cobblestones mirror the glow of street lights and the flashes of cars, in a shiny, vibrant mosaic. As the wind picks up and the rain comes down in diagonal streams, you open your umbrella, realizing your rain slicker is no longer enough to shield you. You round the corner, the silhouette of the Manhattan Bridge coming into view as you spot the small red neon sign in the shape of a soup bowl containing ramen noodles surrounded by a heart. The cozy restaurant is a former speakeasy named Kakurega Ramen, meaning hidden house ramen. The unassuming entrance is beneath the light, nestled in the garden level of a 3-story brick building between former brick factories fashioned into apartments and offices. You descend the black metal steps that lead into the mysterious entrance to the ramen shop. Bamboo privacy screens lead to a hostess station, and the room opens up into a clean, well-organized space. The savory smells of broth fill the air, with notes of soy, steamed produce, and oolong tea. The hostess greets you with a smile, happy to see you have braved the weather on a night when delivery is a more popular choice. The ramen shop is illuminated by golden orb lights that hang from the tin ceiling. The back of the shop looks out onto a rainy courtyard and garden as the rain cascades out of large gutters and forms puddles on the brick patio. Small cafe tables scatter the dining room, and a long wooden bar offers single seats overlooking the open kitchen where the staff prepares the ramen. Clouds of steam waft from the kitchen, carrying the rich aroma of broth. The most enviable and unique seating in the restaurant rests across from the open kitchen. Wooden dividers create a honeycomb pattern with stairs that lead up the wall to elevated sections. Each nook in this honeycomb offers plush, dark blue floor cushions and low tables where you may enjoy a meal or tea. The hostess takes your umbrella and helps hang your raincoat in a small closet. You remove your rain boots and change into a pair of plush linen slippers offered by the hostess. With but a few patrons at the restaurant, you have your choice of seating, and you gravitate towards the honeycomb nook, grateful to settle atop the warm, thick cushion. You get comfortable and study the vast array of options on the menu, accompanied by images of colorful blue and red bowls overflowing with broth and additional toppings. On rainy days like today, an innate yearning for comfort may be satisfied with the right food. As you peruse the menu, Your mind drifts to memories from long ago, to soothing meals that took away the coldness of the world, inviting you to relax and savor each bite. Ramen has served as a beloved bowl of comfort for centuries, with a history as rich and layered as its flavors. Its humble origins trace back to the bustling streets of China when a simple noodle soup, known then as Shina soba, captured the hearts and stomachs of those seeking warmth and sustenance. Ramen ultimately made its way across the sea to Japan, where it would undergo a transformation that would leave an indelible mark on the world of cuisine. In the early 20th century, Japanese chefs began to experiment, infusing the Chinese recipe with their own culinary traditions. The result was a fusion of flavors, where the clear, delicate broths of Japan met the hearty noodles of China. Ramen shops began to spring up in small corners of Japanese cities, each with its own unique twist on the classic dish. With every sip of the steamy broth and every bite of the chewy noodles, ramen conjured a state of tranquility as people slowed down and savored the multi-layered flavors of the dish. Beyond the American college staple of prepackaged ramen, in Japan the dish was a canvas for creativity, evolving into a soup that could be simultaneously simple and complex, traditional and innovative. From the rich, creamy tonkatsu broth of Kyushu to the lighter, soy-based shoyu of Tokyo, each region added its own touch. Nearly a century after ramen's popularity abroad, ramen shops began trending in New York City, first popping up in the 1980s, but reaching peak popularity in the new millennium. A waitress named Tomoku introduces herself, delivering a small cobalt blue and white ceramic pot of oolong tea and a matching teacup. She pours the steamy golden liquid into the cup, inquiring if you need any help making a decision. You say you need a little more time to consider the many options, poring over the menu with intrigue. She nods and walks away, leaving you time to consider. At Kakurega Ramen, the menu offers a delightful array of traditional and inventive ramen options, with secret chef additions that harken back to its days as a speakeasy. Each bowl starts with a rich base, such as the classic shoyu with its savory soy sauce broth, enhanced by unique additions like a drizzle of truffle oil, a poached soy sauce egg, or spicy miso paste. The creamy tonkatsu features luxurious black garlic oil crispy cracklings, and a zesty touch of yuzu citrus zest. For a lighter option, a clear broth comes with grilled miso cod, shredded daikon radish, and pickled ginger, adding layers of flavor and texture. The spicy tantan ramen is elevated with Szechuan peppercorns, sweet soy-glazed eggplant, and crunchy garlic chips, while the vegetarian miso ramen shines with smoked tomato relish, avocado slices, and spicy sesame seeds. Each dish invites diners to explore creative enhancements in a cozy, secluded setting, making every visit a unique culinary adventure. Considering each option, your imagination takes flight, helping you get a clearer idea of what to order. After deciding on a base, you are free to enhance your bowl with a delightful array of both traditional and creative additions. Imagine savoring the warmth of kimchi, its spicy, tangy notes mingling beautifully with the rich broth, or enjoying the crispy, ocean-kissed crunch of tempura shrimp. From the indulgence of truffle mushrooms that bring an earthy depth, from sweet, fresh summer corn to bright, tangy bamboo shoots, the combinations of flavors seem endless. To honor the speakeasy past of the space, Kakurega's menu includes a splash of whiskey-infused soy sauce and beer-battered onions, echoing the classic libations from its speakeasy era. As the rain streaks down the floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the courtyard, you come to a decision and place your order with Tomoko. You settle back into the seat, sipping on oolong tea. An older couple enters the restaurant, followed by a studious college kid who sits at the bar and orders from memory before returning to a textbook with a thick neon yellow highlighter. As Tomoko, the warm and attentive waitress, approaches with your soup on a tray, you're immediately captivated by the sight before you. The bowl is a masterpiece, its surface a vibrant tapestry of golden broth swirling around delicate curly noodles. The colors pop vividly against the dark, glossy blue ceramic. Bright green scallions, thick slices of grilled protein options, and crunchy tempura flakes. The rich, savory aroma of the broth fills the air, promising a comforting meal that extends well beyond this moment, with enough leftovers to serve as meals in the coming days. The ambiance of Kakurega ramen envelops you in a gentle embrace as the rain continues to patter on the windows. The dim lighting casts a soft golden glow over the room as a candle flickers in your cozy nook. even in its current incarnation. The mysterious allure of the speakeasy's past lingers in the brick walls and tin ceilings. As you sink into the plush floor cushion, you feel your muscles surrender to the softness beneath. A wave of pleasant drowsiness beginning to take hold after an evening well spent. You feel proud of yourself for traversing the Brooklyn Bridge, making an effort to move your body and get out, not allowing the rain to get in the way. The subtle scents of miso and garlic linger in the air, joining the smell of burning candle wax. As you slowly slip on your broth with an oversized spoon, your attention goes to the open kitchen. The chefs work in harmony, their movements a graceful dance of culinary precision. You watch them intently. Their focused actions are methodical as they chop garlic and onions and multitask between steaming pots of broth and a deep fryer used for tempura and fried tofu. Outside, the rain falls steadily, a soothing backdrop to your meal. Feeling full, warm, and satiated, you indulge in one last delicious spoonful and then gesture to Tomoko to request a to-go carton. The final sip lingers on your tongue as the sky becomes charcoal gray beyond the glossy, rain-slicked windows. You receive your takeout container and pay for your meal, and then rise, feeling a sense of contentment. The hostess helps you change out of the slippers and into your rubber boots. You bundle in your rain slicker, take your umbrella, and step outside, greeted by a cool mist that sharply contrasts the inside of the ramen shop. It envelops you like a gentle, refreshing caress. The rain has softened to a slow drizzle, creating a serene, atmospheric haze over the cobblestones as you walk and turn on a quieter street where your building awaits. You arrive at the 6-story brick building, once a soap factory, now transformed into dozens of loft apartments, boasting exposed brick walls that retain the faintest aroma of fancy soap once made there. You enter the lobby, cast in the warm, nostalgic glow of Edison bulbs that dangle from the wooden beams of the hallway ceiling. The old-world charm of the building makes you smile as you enter the elevator. Press the button for the 6th floor and listen to the soft hum and gentle creak of the machinery as you ascend. Once you arrive on the top floor, you leave your boots and umbrella outside the apartment door on a welcome mat and step inside. The space is perfectly designed to your preferences in style and color. Industrial, old-world elements blend with elegance and comfort. You hang your rain slicker on a wooden coat tree and place the container of leftover ramen in the sleek stainless steel fridge in the spacious kitchen to the right of the entryway. The apartment's open layout reveals 18-foot ceilings and grand multi-pane windows, framing a breathtaking view of the Brooklyn Bridge and East River. The exposed beams and the warm light of an Edison bulb Sputnik-style chandelier create a cozy, inviting atmosphere. The open concept layout is well defined by privacy screens, the carefully arranged furniture, and high pile area rugs placed atop the revamped hardwood floors. The original factory windows have been restored and run the entire length of the apartment, offering enchanting city views from every room. You enter the bathroom with its rich blue subway tiles and silver accents. A restored clawfoot tub sits along the windows. Rain streams down, each droplet reflecting the city lights. As you light 3 wicks of a wide candle on the sill, you draw a bath in the clawfoot tub, filling it with steamy water and fragrant therapeutic bath salts that dissolve into a soothing blend. As you sink into the bath, the warm water envelops you, loosening tension in your muscles as your head rests on an inflatable pillow. You sleepily watch the rain fall on the East River, once more softening the lights of the New York skyline. Steam rises around you as condensation forms on the cool window panes. After a blissful soak, you rise from the tub, feeling relaxed and renewed, yet more ready for bed than you have felt in a while. You towel off, wrap yourself in a robe, and brush your teeth. The fresh minty taste of your toothpaste clears away the faint, lingering notes of your ramen meal. You blow out the candle and walk through the dimly lit loft as the Manhattan skyline remains faintly visible behind a veil of storm clouds. Lightning flickers intermittently, casting brief, dramatic illuminations across the room, with barely a rumble following. As the hot and cool air battles in this storm, the rain continues to fall heavier by the hour as the winds whip through the streets of Dumbo. You ascend a black iron spiral staircase to the charming loft with exposed bricks and an array of Turkish lamps in rich blues, greens, reds, and orange mosaic patterns. The colorful lights cast a kaleidoscope pattern on the king-sized bed. You change out of your robe into soft, lightweight pajamas as air circulates through the loft by the motion of industrial chic ceiling fans that spin vertically. The crisp cotton percale sheets are cool and inviting against your skin, still carrying the scent of being freshly laundered. You turn off the lights with a dimmer switch on the wall behind you as the rain pelts on skylights overhead. As you lay your head on the pillow, feeling it support your neck and contour around you, the day's memories dance softly through your mind. The romantic walk across the Brooklyn Bridge, the cozy refuge of the Ramen Shop, and the luxurious feeling that came from these simple pleasures. The steady rhythm of the rain lulls you, carrying you to the edge of slumber, nearly ready to surrender to its soft, persistent tug. You feel a wave of gratitude flow from your heart, nudging your dreams towards sweetness in the hours to come. At last you give in, finding comfort, finding tranquility, finding serenity, finding sleep. It's time to dream away. Good night.